Matt Hawkins, thank you for taking time after your captain's run tonight. What's it like being in Vegas this week as a coach?
Oh, it's fantastic. I mean, the sport's been great. You know, the LVR, we were out at that all day today, so it's a fantastic tournament. And then getting to see the guys run out here today finally is you know, it's a good thing. You know, we've been training really hard over the last 2 weeks, and so to finally be in the stadium and know that it's about to happen is exciting.
I know you've replicated some of the stadium scenarios in Chula Vista. Tonight, being on this field, what's it like?
Yeah, I think, you know, what we basically did is we got some lights and we played in the dark. You know, at night, you know, there's a little bit of dew and obviously it's a little bit colder. So we've been able to do that a couple of times over the last 2 weeks and get the guys working. Also, you know, working at 9:30 at night is very, very different. You know, usually these guys have had a really hard day and at that point they're in bed relaxing and sort of, you know, getting ready to sort of call it a night. So, you know, replicating that is hopefully going to be something that makes a difference for us this weekend. You know, a lot of the teams, we've got a lot of video on them, you know, and I'm sure they've gone away over sort of the New Year period and, you know, regenerated a few things, and I'm sure there's been switches, you know, with players and personnel and things like that. But I think for us, you know, I've always talked about it, our primary focus is us. You know, we need to play good rugby, and if we do that, we'll control everything else, you know.
You have Argentina first. Is there anything special you're looking for from them, or just prepare for yourselves?
Well, I mean, Argentina at the end of the day, under Santiago Gomez-Cora, have started to play some really good fundamental rugby. They've done the basics really well, and they've been good in the first few tournaments. So I think for us, you know, we need to match them in that. You know, we know they're a grafting side. You know, they work really hard on the ground, and you know, they don't mind kicking. So we just got to be aware of those things. But I think for us, primary is look after our kickoffs, win retention there, and then look after the ball through that, and just be patient because we will score.
And then this is the first 3-day tournament of the series. Having only 2 games the first day, is there a difference in the way you play the players, or maybe substitute players and recover for the next day?
Well, I think to a certain extent, yes, you want to be able to rest some of your more senior players that are going to play a lot of time. But at the end of the day, you know, we're not a team that's at that mature stage yet. You know, we really actually got to go out and win every single game. But obviously, you know, depending on what happens day 1 is going to sort of change what we look at going into day 2. So obviously there's still one more pool game, day 2, you know, and then there's obviously your first knockout round. So day 2 is really, really crucial, you know, because it could be the difference between going through the quarters or not going through the quarters. But then also once you get into the quarters, if you do, now you've got to do something at that point, you know. So, you know, after we get back, you know, from day 1 that night, we'll sit down as the coaching staff and sort of have a look at it. You know, we'll reassess all the players and see where they're at and make decisions and then move forward from there.